What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So my buddy Randy, Fragrance Dude, this was part of the decant package he sent me. We have the new Boss the Scent Magnetic. So I'm eager to try this one. I'm trying to remember the note breakdown. Obviously Maninka fruit's in there. And I don't really remember what else. I want to say maybe tonka bean or something. I haven't smelled it, sprayed it, anything like that. I figured we'd do a first impressions here. I'll spend a little time with the opening. We'll let it dry down for a little bit. We'll revisit, and we'll give it a first impression rating. So stay tuned. So, all right. Nothing on this hand. Two big wide sprays. We'll give that a second. And I'll have the bottle. Ooh. Okay. This has a little bit of a chocolate. Now, this is out in the air. I haven't smelled it off the skin yet. A little bit of a chocolatey meets sweet boozy fruit. Because Maninka in some of the flankers has this sweet boozy fruitiness to it. Like the Absolute flanker, for example. It's got that chocolatiness from Private Accord out in the air. It's a little spicy. I can tell you right now, just from these few sniffs, this is a damn good flanker. This is a flanker that does the line justice. This is good. This smells so good. I'm telling you right now, we are February 14th on Valentine's Day. This is early in the day. Yes, we're going to dinner in a little while. Wanted to get this video done. This is going to be one of the best designer releases of 2023. And I've been smelling it for a minute, 1 minute maybe. This opening is fantastic. It's got a little bit of this sweet gourmandy feel from Private Accord. It's almost like Private Accord and Absolute mixed together. Like I get nuances of both. I get the warmth and the boozy tone, the slight boozy tone from Absolute, with a little bit of this chocolatey, lightly spiced feel of Private Accord. Magnetic's a good name for this, but because it draws you in. This is fantastic. So let me grab my phone. Let's take a look at what this note breakdown is exactly. I am going to pull up Parfumo. Here we go. And the Scent Magnetic. There it is, 2023 release. I have it right here. Let's see. Top notes, Maninka fruit. There you go. The heart notes, Bran Absolute. That's what's strange then. I knew there was some weird note. Base notes, vanilla. Bran Absolute. Couldn't tell you what that smells like. What I can tell you is the aroma coming off of my hand has this dry, spicy tone. Almost a hay-like sort of feel to it. Like picture a hay note, like Cherokee. I'm trying to think of another prominent hay note. Cherokee comes to mind immediately from Serge Lutin. This dry, lightly spiced, almost a little smoky type of feel. There's a sweetness here, but it came across more chocolatey than vanilla. It's funny that vanilla's in there. And as it dries, that probably will become much more prominent. It has a little bit of that boozy feel. The way the Maninka is done here, it still has that kind of boozy feel of Absolute. Now look, I've never seen boozy listed as an Accord, but that's how it comes across to me. This is fantastic. I do relate it closer to the Absolute flanker more than any other, but it definitely has its differences, but I can see a little bit of redundancy. In fact, we might as well pull it out of its box and do a little quick comparison since it's reminding me of it so much. Just from my memory, let's see if it's actually that close in scent. So, here we go. We'll give it just a little spritz. On the other hand, give that a second. There, I can definitely pick up some differences though, even without smelling Absolute. Yeah, the way the Maninka comes across here is a very relative tie-in. Because this one doesn't smell like all the rest in the line. It smells like a part of the line. It's got the DNA, but it's an Absolute version, I guess. Absolute was the right name to name this flanker. This one is inherently a little bit spicier and sweeter. It's better than Absolute. It's a better fragrance than Absolute. I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm going to need a bottle of this one. There's no two ways about it, because the last decant first impressions that I did was why EDP Intense, and I'm still up in the air about getting a bottle on that one. I don't want to pay retail. I don't think it's worth retail. This one, I think, is worth retail. I don't care what the performance is like. I don't need to see it. The scent, no pun intended, because it's Boss the Scent. The scent is that damn good. So I'm going to give it about 30 minutes. We'll revisit it, see if it's changed any.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, it's been about 35 minutes. I haven't been sniffing on it. I didn't want to wear my nose out. That vanilla has crept in. It's gotten a little bit creamier, but I wouldn't call it some super creamy fragrance. It's not immensely sweet, because whatever this brand Absolute note is, it's providing this nice spice. It's kind of rounding off the entire scent from being too sweet, too boozy, too fruity, too anything. It's kind of holding everything together. This is an interesting choice, and it makes for an interesting scent. It doesn't remind me of anything specifically outside of the Boss the Scent line, but it's also not some wild smelling, super crazy, unique fragrance either. But that vanilla is really starting to settle in more. This is super, super nice. I'm going to get a bottle of this one. There's no two ways about it. I will get my hands on a bottle sooner rather than later. I mean, I've got plenty. Randy sent me almost 10 ml. I mean, it's not like I'm short on sprays. I've got pretty sizable decant in here. It's like 9 ml roughly. Man, this is good. This is really good. I'm planning on wearing Stronger With You absolutely in a little bit when I change before we head to dinner in a few hours. So I'm not going to spray it on right now, but I'm tempted to. But over the next few days, I'm going to spray this one on, give it a full wearing. I like this one a lot. If you have been curious about this one, I would advise getting a decant if you can, getting out to where they have Hugo Boss fragrances and sample it with a tester or something, because just off this first impressions, it's immediately jumped to the front of the line. I think this is the best version of Boss the Scent. I'm not joking. With that said, I think this is great. I think this is an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. I do have a very large bottle, 200 ml of Boss the Scent Private Accord. I do love that one. It's on the unique side. Boss the Scent Absolute, I like to wear to dinner on occasion, but if I didn't already have Stronger With You intensely lined up for this evening's events, I think I would go with this. It's that good. Thank you again to Randy for sending this my way. I'll have Fragrance Dude tagged below, so you can go check out his channel, check out his content, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you like what you see. And speaking of, until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you gotten your nose on this already? What do you think about it? Do you have a similar assessment to mine? Do you feel less strongly about it? Is it just okay? Do you not like it? Do you absolutely love it and you need a bottle too? I'd love to hear about it down below. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Boss the Scent Magnetic and you give it a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later, because I'm digging it. Have a good one, guys.